very simple question today. Hey Mark, how does this stuff all work? Manifest in physical reality, mind consciousness. How does this stuff all work? Okay, here's the stuff works, guys, okay? We live in what we call physical reality. It is made up of things we see with our senses. In the physical reality, it exists with time and space. Things need signals, hence we call that time. That's in the physical reality. Okay? But where does the physical reality come from? The physical reality, it comes from within. It's called the inner space. In the inner space, it's a different domain. In the inner space, signals don't exist. In physical reality, it's called local. The next domain is called non-local. So what it means, in a physical reality, things take signals to move something. That's hence we call that as time. But in the other domain, there is no signal. It's instantaneous manifestation. It's called quantum entanglement. Physicists and scientists are baffled and fascinated by this. In that realm, everything is instant. There is no time, there's actually no space. It's a whole new plateau. So, that's where you need to be. You are always there. You're there in your consciousness, in your mind, in your imagination. When you think of something, it instantaneously manifests in that domain. It's an entanglement. What happens it's in different forms of possibilities and probabilities. You collapse those probabilities with your observation, which makes it to be perceived as a physical thing. Hence, it comes into three-dimensional world where we have time and space. But let's forget about the three-dimensional world first, because all stuff comes from that realm. So what you want to do, the important thing you have to understand is that every single thing you think of is existing in a domain instantaneously. The minute you conjure it up in your mind, it's there. The trick is, how do I get it from there to here? Right? Well, that's very easy as well. To get it from there to here is a constant focus, the repetition of it without any desperation, any need, or putting any importance on it. When you do that, you collapse that wave. That wave now becomes a possibility into an actuality. Then it will show up in your 3D world. That's how it works. Letting go of your manifestation is the ability to make it not important. When you let go of something, it automatically comes back to you. When you hold on to something, it automatically runs away from you. And the reason is very simple. You already are what you are. Everything you want or desire is already yours. There is no other way. When you want it, you force your subconscious to what? To decline it. Your subconscious has no other observation and no other choice but to give you what you don't want. Because in the subconscious is already written, wired, that you already have it and you are experiencing it, but it's in that different domain. It's in the realm where it doesn't need in physics and quantum terms, it's two things exist in domains. You have local duality, you have non-local duality. Non-local means it needs no signal, it's instantaneous. Local is where time and space exist in our three-dimensional world. All things comes from the non-local part, the quantum entanglement part. Imagine if you can go to that part. You can't go to that part. You go there every day in your imagination. Once you imagine something, it's instantaneous. So for it to show up, if you want it to show up faster in your physical domain, 3D world, you got to take importance off of that stuff. You cannot, best way I want to put it, you got to expect and deserve that you want what you want. Surrendering your mindset on a daily basis is the key. That will help you, yes. When you surrender your mind, you become one with everything. You want to be one with all things. This is why I say to you, it's impossible for you to be lonely. Loneliness is a product of your ego. You cannot be lonely. It's impossible to be lonely. You are already one with everything in the universe, multiverse. So loneliness is basically an illusion. It's your ego masking itself with your personality. Your personality is a bunch of habits, by the way. It's not who you are, it's stuff you gather, right? You don't need to do any techniques while you let go. Let go is just being here, now, accepting in the mind, seeing it, it's already done. There's no resistance, there's no how it's going to happen, there's no worrisome. You're just there observing. Letting go is observing without absorbing. That's letting go. Letting go is nothing will affect you, good or bad. You're just there. That's letting go. You're observing, letting go. There's no judgment. There is no favoritism. You just is. There just is. But I feel, someone says, but I feel if I stop thinking about it, it won't manifest. Who told you that? If you stop thinking about it, it will manifest a lot faster. If you give up, it won't manifest. When you stop thinking about something, it doesn't mean you don't want it. It just means that it's not primarily your focus anymore. You're not giving it too much importance. But it's still there. You've already said you thought about it before. So listen. Once you think about something, the first time you think about something, it's in the domain. It's recorded in the universe. Yeah. The first time you think about it, it's recorded in the universe. So there's no need for you to harp on it as much. Now, you can, what I call, focus on it with fun in an imaginative way. It means, I think about what I want right now, and I let it go. 2 days later, 3 days later, I may think about it again, and I let it go. 3 weeks later, I may think about it again and I let it go. That's all you have to do. You don't have to think about it all day, every day. That's thinking about it. However, here's however. You have to see it more than you think it. That's pretty easy. You can see it in imagination. Play a movie scene in your mind. That's seeing it before you think it. The more you see it, the faster it comes in, because when you see something, you don't have to attach a lot of emotion to it. Or you shouldn't be attaching a lot of emotion to it. Got it? So that's how all this stuff works. In the mind, then it comes into the 3D world. You want me to go over it again? Somebody says. In the physical reality that we live in, we have time and space. Things take signals. When you pick up your phone to call someone, it takes signals, it takes time, what we call time. In the non-local domain, I can't call it a universe or multiverse. It's something totally different. In that realm, everything is instantaneous. There is no signal needed. Everything is manifest instantaneously in that realm. And not only they manifest in that realm, but they're there in infinite probabilities of the thing. There's different versions, there are different outcomes. Everything you ever want, all the possibilities are there, ready for you to pick one and then bring it to an actual reality in this world. And the keys to picking some stuff is, for the record, you can only get to that realm in your mind. So that's what I'm talking about. In your imagination. Look, let me put it like this to you. You cannot be an intellectual, logical person because you're going to be cut off. You got to be in your creative mind. When you're an intellectual person and a logical person, you're going to shut off the creative part of you because you're going to engage your logical, analytical ego mind, which shuts you off from that domain of instantaneous manifestation. However, when you become the creative mind, which is when you become an open-minded person, that's when all this stuff will start to tune and work for you. Because now you're training your brain differently. You're training your brain to pick up. Yes, being analytical, being very smart and intelligent serves its point. But when you're super intelligent and you're analytical and you're logic and you're deduction person, it's going to be very difficult for you to connect and be one because you're more engaged in the 3D world. You're in the time and space world. People who are creative, they're in the other domain. They're in a non-local duality of quantum world. You want to be non-local. You don't want to be local. Non-local is when you're in your creative mind, when you're open, you're optimistic, and you believe anything is possible. And then what you want, you assure yourself it must show up for you. That's creative mind. That's when the magic happens for you. Hmm. Yep. That's how it works. The subconscious mind is below your conscious mind. That's why it's called sub below. The subconscious mind more works with your habits and your feelings and images. The subconscious mind can't think. It never thinks. It only takes information and it creates it. And for the record, the subconscious mind is more powerful than your regular mind. Your subconscious mind overrides your regular mind. Your subconscious mind controls every part of you. Your conscious mind is only 10% of your actual existence. That's right. How you feel when you walk, when you talk, when you breathe, your heart rate, when your temperature goes up, that's all subconscious. Everything else is 10%. Your conscious mind only can observe and see and then deduce. So yeah, your subconscious mind is the secret. The secret to getting stuff done for you. 777 and 888 means miracles or money or luck. People want to call it luck. It's the universe telling you things are coming. Right? So those are just some things that you got to know. And someone asked me, so how does it work? So that's pretty much how it works. See you guys again.